as you advance through the game, understanding the strategy of Alliance War can be challenging. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to prioritize your targeting, as well as how to take advantage of the in-game exhausted mechanic, when it's advisable to use that, or would it be more advisable to combat cancel. The picture on screen is showing the layout of an Alliance War that we did a few weeks ago. Now, given your knowledge of the game, first I'm going to put the question to you. What room would you target and why? Now, I know you don't have all the information. This is just some of the information I thought was relevant at the time. Down in Reactor, we had some attacks going on there. There is a large opponent on the left side, and there are shield minions on the right side. In the upper right hand corner, we have two very strong opponents left. And on the left side of the screen in Cargo Bay, we have 5 or 6 shield minions left remaining. So as time is winding down, how can we really score the most points with this setup? What would you say? How would you communicate that to your alliance? The order of operations, which would you deem to be the number 1, number 2, and number 3 target? Now be mindful, this is the mid game. So no one in our alliance has an abundance of characters. They do not have the end game characters. So we know what the end game strategy is a little different. You're trying to target different rooms. In the mid game, you're trying to just target as many rooms as you reasonably can. So in this scenario, which ones are available? So this is the path of travel that I chose. The flight deck, number 1. If there's anybody left in the alliance that still has attacks left and has actual teams, I want them to go after that room. And if you still have attacks left, but you don't really have strong teams, then attack the Cargo Bay there on the left and knock out those shield minions. Now, the reason why we picked those 2 rooms is because with a little bit of effort, we can knock those rooms out and get the points. So some of us, right, we're evolving past just if you see minions to knock them out. There are minions available in the reactor down there, but if we knock them out, it doesn't destroy the room. That would be the third choice. If we don't have anything else to do, they would be the easiest targets, but we get the most points. Got to remember, not for just knocking opponents out, but for removing rooms. In our picture here, I'm making a follow-up attack. Somebody already attacked the room. That's why there are 4 opponents remaining. I'm coming in after that, and now notice above the characters' heads, there's that yellow symbol of a person who looks like he's tired of jogging. That's the exhausted mechanic. Now, if I was to come in the room and it looks like I'm going to lose and I just quit the game or I close the app, this does not happen. This does not occur. So force closing the app or combat canceling, I would only suggest that is if you have a team that you're using. Maybe it's the best team you have. You know it's supposed to win, and for some reason bad RNG happens. You're playing on your phone. You get a business call. Your kid grabs a phone and makes a couple moves for you when you're not paying attention, right? Then you start the match over because you know that you can get the win. Otherwise, just do your best. Focus down an enemy or 2. Allow the next person to come in and attack the group that has this focus mechanic. Now, why? Well, it's because the focused mechanic reduces characters' stats. Here it is, straight from MarvelStrikeForce.com. Exhausted. What does it do? It decreases all their main stats, increases incoming damage. I did not recognize that until I'm looking at this. So all of their stats go down and your damage output goes up by 20%. Now see, when it says expires, it says it never expires. It doesn't go away, it stays, but it stacks. So the second attack, you get a stack of exhausted. You still don't win, you get another stack of exhausted. You can come in and get up to 3 stacks of exhausted. That means it reduces opposing character stats by 60%. 60%, right? Think about that. And it will increase your damage output by 60%. So this is how you whittle your way through stronger opponents. Okay. So in wars, if you're having wars like this, you're going to be playing people there's people that got like 3 million power, and there's people that have 33 million power in the same alliance. So the only chance you have is to be aggressive and to keep attacking. And because of the exhausted mechanic, you can whittle your way through. So let's return to our previous instance, right? I lost with the previous team. I'm coming back in again. There's 2 members remaining, and now they have 2 stacks of exhausted. I should be able to clean this up, right? Their total stats are reduced by 40%, and my damage output is increased by 40%. So that's why we targeted the rooms the way we did. If we have anybody that has real teams that can do some hitting, we wanted to knock through that one room that had the 2 real enemies. And then the other guys, if they didn't have real teams, they could go after those minions. But the point was to clear the rooms so that we could score the most points. And so if you're wondering, Gid, why are you using those characters? That looks like overkill. It's the end of the war, right? Go big or go home. We got to get it in. I only got 1 or 2 attacks left, so this is what it is. That's why we chose those characters. So looking at the map, we know there's a variety of circumstances. Would you have made a different option? Would you have made a different call for your alliance to do in order to win the match? I'd like to hear from you. What additional strategies might you have? Could we have gone a different way? Is there a better option? I think I chose the best option, but maybe you see something different. I'd like to know. Hey, make sure you're taking care of yourself and your family. There's a lot of severe weather out there, so pay attention. Pay attention to the news, pay attention to the weather, and make sure you take care of yourself. Peace.